Oh, six!
The Yard. This is what people in Greek life call their respective college, and is considered their stomping grounds. I'm Shakir Goodrich, and today we take a glimpse into the life of a college student who is the epitome of brotherhood, skill, tradition, and ambition. We follow two paths, one of the journey and what it's like for Brandon in Greek life, while on the other hand, in the next few minutes, we also see how he balances that lifestyle along with going through a major that is becoming a key to his passionate occupation. After growing up in Prince George's County, Maryland, in 2012, Brandon Edwards began to attend Towson University to study electronic media and film. Upon arrival at this university, Brandon began his journey of Greek life into a fraternity that allowed his father's legacy to live on.
My dad, like, one thing he said to me, he was like, I mean, I'm an alpha, but I want you to figure out what you're going to be like by yourself. Like, you find like who you think is cool, this, that, and the third. So I'm just going to tell you what I am, but I'm going to leave you to make your own decisions. I kind of just came here and like the bros on campus I already knew me, so because of my dad. So then like I was like, all right, well, they're cool. My dad pledged here, so I might as well just join the org too.
Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is the first African-American fraternity to be created and historically has had members that played a very pivotal role in the civil rights era. This particular organization that Brandon chose to spend the rest of his life in also consists of members like Martin Luther King Jr. and Thurgood Marshall, just to name a few.
The day I crossed was probably the best day of my life. November 17th, 2014. It was the greatest day of my life. Like, the amount of joy I had in my heart was so much. To see like my mother cry, to think of my dad and how proud he would have been if he were still alive, because he passed away like randomly in that spring 2014, and then I crossed in the fall. So just to think about all the people that were proud of me, and especially my mother, my grandmother, my two little sisters, and then my dad, who I would have known would have been proud of me joining the chapter that he crossed at, and to be his number. So yeah, it's fun. People definitely see like how you act, and they really enjoy strolling. So when you stroll, you're probably getting someone that's noticing you and that wants to be you, honestly. So definitely, that's one aspect, is that all eyes are on you when you're at a party or something and you start strolling or stepping. So that's fun. And like, I think it's overall fun to be Greek at Towson. I'm kind of sad that my Towson chapter is closing in the next couple of months, but hey, you gotta let the new people come in and, you know, take over your torch.
Since Brandon crossed into the fraternity, he has gained a new level of responsibility, attention, and networking skills.
The pros of Greek life is definitely networking, whether it's with your chapter or other chapters on the yard, brotherhood, sisterhood, community service, like the basic things. Those are all good things, and all the connections that you meet, whether it's at like Baltimore Greek picnics or the Atlanta Greek picnic, or just like certain Greek events that happen around like the Baltimore area or like wherever you're from. So that's good to have like that connection with even brothers or sisters in your chapter or your organization, and other people from different organizations and chapters. So those are some pros. The cons, I can see that it can be really, really like stressful sometimes, like in terms of time management, because like trying to get your chapter back on the yard, or you're trying to get a chapter on the yard, or you're trying to like manage your Greek advisor duties and your national duties. Like, that's a lot. The thing I like most about my fraternity would be the brotherhood. Like, I guess that's I'm speaking for my chapter mainly, because when my father passed away, I wasn't even like a brother yet, but the bros from like spring 10, spring 11, spring 13, Fall '07, Spring '05. Like, they were all coming to me, like, saying, you know, if you need anything, my house is open. You can come stay here. They came to my father's funeral. They, like, came to the repast. They came to all these events to, like, support me, even though I wasn't a brother yet, and to show, like, that brotherhood to someone before they even a member is something that sticks to you more than anything. And, like, even though people argue this, that, and the third, like, the organizations, so they're still businesses, but the one thing that this organization has, or that like Greek Life has as an organization, is a really strong sense of brotherhood. And I'm speaking that for MPHC and in general. The Miss Black and Gold pageant was a pageant we had, or an annual pageant that we have for my fraternity, where this year we had 10 girls, 10 beautiful girls, very intelligent, very smart, just enter the pageant to get a $500 scholarship. The biggest accomplishment, I would say, would be the Miss Black and Gold pageant documentary, because that was like my first video that I did, and it was so good to me that, like, the way that I edited it, like the frames, the focusing, like, I put everything that I learned from my first 2 years at Towson to work, and it was great. Like, that was like my starting block, my motivation to keep doing videos throughout the semester, throughout the summer, and eventually have people come to me, like organizations come to me and ask to do, like, their promo videos for their events.
Even though Brandon can translate different skills and apply them both between schoolwork and the frat, he, like many other student athletes, working students, students with children, or in his case, being a Greek student, he realizes and faces how difficult it is to balance the two lifestyles.
I like the EMF major because it gave me a sense of that I could be creative, that I had a project, and then they said, go do this, like, be creative. And I always was the person where it's like, I was good at math, I was good at science, but I just always thought that there was no creativity in those subjects, nothing that I could put, like, my own Brandon spin on. And EMF was the only one that spoke out to me here at Towson, so that's why I decided to join the major. It's a pretty cool major. I just feel like sometimes it can be very, very disorganized. But I've had really, really cool teachers, a lot of teachers that helped me out. But sometimes it just seems like a little less structured than my peers who are in, like, bio majors or business or something like that, or even mass communications.
While being an EMF major, he has practiced his skills in the field on several occasions, while one in particular being his favorite. Brandon wants to produce videos for companies and corporations once he graduates. He also is currently working at AARP producing marketing videos and is very passionate about doing more work in that realm once he graduates next semester. This has been another episode of The Yard. Thank you for watching.